Last week, I watched a 58-year-old patient end up in a wheelchair, not because of illness, but because he sat too much, and the truth is, it didn't have to happen. For over 40 years as a physician, there's one sentence I've heard more times than I can count, and every time someone says it, it breaks my heart a little: document. I guess this is just what happens when you get old, right? And every single time, I look them straight in the eye and say, no, that's what happens when you stop fighting for your health. Now hear me out. Yes, aging is inevitable, but losing your energy, your strength, your independence, that doesn't have to be part of the deal. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 simple yet powerful daily habits that can help you reclaim your vitality after 50, no matter how old you are. What your health looks like now, or where you're starting from, these are the same habits I've shared with thousands of patients over the years, and the same ones I follow every day for my own well-being. And here's my promise to you: if you stay with me until the end of this video, I'll reveal 2 life-changing secrets that most doctors will never mention, but they've made a world of difference for my patients, and they just might change your life, too. So go ahead, pour yourself a warm cup of tea, sit back, relax, because your second health journey starts right now. Sleep, the foundation of a stronger, healthier you, the silent healer. Why sleep is your most underrated medicine after 50. In over 4 decades of treating patients over 50, 60, even into their 90s, you know what breaks my heart the most? It's not the complicated surgeries, not the rare illnesses, not even the terminal diagnoses. It's how so many people have simply given up on sleep, as if it's optional, as if it doesn't matter anymore. Some stay up late watching the news, some chat with their grandkids at midnight, and others shrug and say, "Doc, I've gotten used to it. I barely sleep anyway." Sleep isn't just downtime. It's repair time. While you sleep, your brain processes memories, your heart rate slows and your blood pressure stabilizes, your muscles rebuild and recover, your immune system activates its cancer-fighting cells, and most people don't realize this. Your brain literally washes out toxins through the lymphatic system. Think of sleep as pulling your car into the garage every night for maintenance. If you don't, you might keep driving, but the wear and tear will catch up, silently, until it's too late. I'll never forget George, a 72-year-old Navy veteran. Strong frame, firm handshake, spoke with clarity and pride, but he came to my office worn down by chronic back pain, morning exhaustion, brain fog and low mood, and a quiet kind of sadness he didn't even recognize as depression. After ruling out physical diseases, I asked, "George, how much sleep are you getting?" He said, "Maybe 4 hours a night, broken into 2 naps. I can't seem to stay asleep." The diagnosis: not a disease, not a missing vitamin, just years of chronic sleep deprivation, slowly tearing away at his health from the inside. Sleep matters more. ASU age, Harvard University. Older adults who sleep less than 6 hours a night have a 33% higher risk of Alzheimer's and cognitive decline. UC Berkeley. Deep sleep drops significantly after age 50, weakening the body's ability to fight inflammation and oxidative stress. NIH, National Institutes of Health. Poor sleep increases your risk of falls, obesity, type 2 diabetes, and depression. What's scarier, most people don't even realize they're sleep deprived, because feeling tired, irritable, and foggy has become their new normal. You don't need fancy sleep trackers. You don't need a prescription. What I tell my patients is simple: go to bed just a little earlier, ideally before 10:30 p.m. Shut off all screens at least 1 hour before bed, avoid eating after 7 p.m., especially sugar and caffeine, create a gentle pre-sleep ritual, take a warm shower, listen to soft music, meditate, or pray. Try it for just 2 weeks, and you'll feel the difference, not just in how you sleep, but how you wake up, how you think, how you feel. I often joke with my students, if sleep came in pill form, it'd be the most expensive drug in the world. But thankfully, it's free, and it's one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself. So tonight, sleep like someone who's healing, because you are. And please, never believe you're too old to sleep well again. You're not. You just need to start. Tonight, sleep restores your body, but if you're not doing what I'm about to show you next, you might lose your ability to stand, walk, and move freely in just a few short years, just like Mildred, a fiercely independent woman who ended up needing a walker after 6 months of sitting too much. Backhand index pointing right. In the next section, I'll show you why sitting is more dangerous than most people think, and how to avoid it, starting today. Move or lose. If you stop moving, you start losing more than you think. Here's something people rarely tell you after 60, losing your independence doesn't come from aging, it comes from sitting too much. I know that might be hard to hear, but I've watched it happen, again and again, over my 40 years as a doctor. Mildred was 75, lived alone. Loved knitting and making tea in the afternoons, sharp mind, warm smile. When she came to see me, she said, "I think my legs are just getting weaker." Probably just age, right doc? But here's what I found, she hadn't taken a walk outdoors in months, less than 15 minutes of activity per day, spent over 10 hours a day sitting, couch, dining chair, then straight to bed. 6 months later, she needed a walker just to get to the kitchen, not because of illness, but because her muscles had quietly wasted away from disuse, a process we call sarcopenia, the silent dangers of sitting. A 2020 study from Mayo Clinic found, sitting over 8 hours a day increases your risk of early death, as much as smoking a pack of cigarettes. And the World Health Organization now lists a sedentary lifestyle as one of the top 4 global killers. Just 1 hour of uninterrupted sitting cuts blood flow to your legs by 50%, increasing the risk of deep vein thrombosis, DVT, chronic lower back pain, muscle loss in the thighs, which raises your fall and hip fracture risk. Some people say, "But doc, I'm just relaxing." What harm can sitting do? More than you think. Research from Columbia University shows that sedentary adults have lower serotonin levels, making them more prone to anxiety, depression, lack of motivation. Even slow, gentle movement like walking increases blood flow to the memory centers of your brain, helping protect against cognitive decline. You don't need to run marathons, you don't even need to go to the gym. What I want for you is simple, just move more than you are now. Try this, set a timer every 45 minutes, stand up and stretch. When commercials come on, march in place for 1 to 2 minutes, pace around the house while talking on the phone, go for short walks with your spouse or a friend, and whatever you do, don't stay seated after a big meal. I had one patient, in his 80s, once tell me, "I can't run anymore, document, but I've never appreciated my legs more than I do now." That brought tears to my eyes, because he understood the truth, keeping your legs moving means keeping your life moving. One of my patients, 84 years old, once said something I'll never forget. "If I knew sitting too much would take away my ability to go to the bathroom on my own, I would have walked more when I was 60. You don't have to wait until it's too late, even just standing up today is already a form of healing. Movement is a gift you can give yourself. No gym. No fancy gear. No membership card required, just your body, and the choice to honor it. Remember, the more you sit, the more you lose, but every step you take today is a step closer to strength, independence, and freedom in your later years. Maybe you're already trying to move more. But if you're still closing the curtains every day to avoid the sun, you might be missing out on one of the most powerful healing tools I've ever seen lift someone out of senior depression. Backhand index pointing right. In the next section, I'll talk about sunlight, not just to help you see better, but to help you feel more alive. Vitamin from the sun, the healing light most people over 50 are quietly missing. A while back, I asked one of my patients, a 65-year-old man, when was the last time you let the morning sun warm your skin? He paused for a moment, then chuckled softly, "Honestly, doc, it's been months. I'm used to staying inside, blinds drawn, windows shut. Didn't really think it mattered." And he wasn't alone. Millions of adults over 50 are quietly missing out on one of the most powerful natural medicines we have, sunlight. Sunlight is our body's main source of vitamin D, which, biologically speaking, acts less like a vitamin and more like a master hormone that affects your entire system. Especially after 50, vitamin D helps absorb calcium and maintain strong bones, boost muscle strength, regulate immune function, protecting you from infections and autoimmune disease, raise serotonin levels, improving your mood and helping prevent depression, lower your risk for colon cancer, prostate cancer, and type 2 diabetes. But here's the problem: after age 50, your body becomes 50% less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight. Cleveland Clinic, a survey from the National Institutes of Health, NIH, found that 73% of adults over 60 had vitamin D levels low enough to impair immunity and bone health. Deficiency has been linked to osteoporosis and hip fractures, weakened muscles and falls, depression and confusion, increased risk of Alzheimer's and cognitive decline. Albert was 69. A retired pianist, lived on a high floor, kept the curtains drawn tight. He came in complaining of persistent fatigue, bone aches, and frequent minor falls. He thought, it's probably just old age. But blood tests told a different story. His vitamin D levels were critically low. No fancy prescriptions, no complex treatments. I simply told him, every morning, step out onto your balcony. Let the early sun touch your face, your arms. Just 15 minutes a day. 3 months later, he returned, with brighter eyes and clearer energy. He looked me in the eye and said, "Doc, I feel alive again. You don't need to stand under harsh noon sun, you don't need to get a tan, you just need to go outside before 9 a.m. or after 4 p.m., skip the full cover-up, let your arms, face, or neck get light, aim for just 10 to 20 minutes a day, don't fear the sun, respect it, and let it heal you." Early morning light contains UVB rays that stimulate vitamin D production, but without the harsh skin-damaging effects. Think of it this way: just like a plant needs light to grow, you need light to heal. Sunlight heals more than your body, it heals your spirit. As a doctor, I truly believe this. When you step outside and feel the sun filtering through the leaves, hear the birds sing, breathe in the quiet air of a new morning, you remember what it means to be alive. No medication can give you that same feeling of peace, of connection, to nature, to the world, and to yourself. Don't live your life in the shadows, not literally, not emotionally, not spiritually. Today, open the door. Step into the light. Let your body receive what it's been missing, because every time you do, you are rebuilding your life from the inside out. Sunlight helps you heal from within, but if your legs are no longer strong enough to carry you outside to feel that sunlight, you're slowly giving up your freedom without realizing it. Backhand index pointing right in the next section. I'll help you protect one of your greatest assets, your legs, so you can keep your independence for years to come. Strong legs, strong life. When your legs stay strong, your freedom stays with you. I once asked an 82-year-old man, just days after he fractured his hip from a fall, do you know why a small slip caused such a big setback? He held my hand tightly, looked down, and said softly, because I didn't take care of my legs while I still could. That sentence stayed with me for years, because most of us worry about our heart, our brain, our blood sugar, but we forget the very thing that keeps us standing, our legs. After age 50, if you're not actively moving, you lose 1 to 2% of your muscle mass every year, most of it in your legs, and when leg strength fades, so does your ability to balance, your ability to rise from a chair, your ability to safely climb stairs. This isn't just about fitness, it's about independence. According to the National Council on Aging, NCOA, 1 in 4 people over 65 falls each year, and over 95% of hip fractures happen from falls. Ellen, 74, lived alone. She came to me saying, "I feel weaker. Getting up from a chair is tough. But I guess that's just aging, right?" When I asked her to sit and stand from a chair, without using her hands, she couldn't. She had no chronic illness, she simply hadn't used her legs for years. So, we made a plan. Simple steps: each morning, stand up and sit down 10 times from a chair, with hands on a table for support. Each evening, lift each knee while sitting and hold it for 3 seconds. Each week, add just a little more resistance, like a water bottle or light ankle weights. 3 months later, Ellen could walk 2 full laps around her park, climb 2 flights of stairs without help, and most of all, open her own door, do her own shopping, make her own tea. With a proud sparkle in her eyes, she hugged me and said, "Thank you, doctor. I thought I had lost the right to live on my own. But I got it back." A study of over 70,000 seniors in Japan found, Those who could stand up from the floor without using their hands lived 5 to 8 years longer on average than those who couldn't. Another study from the University of Sydney showed that older adults who trained their leg muscles 3 times a week had 43% lower risk of falls, 30% greater total body strength, better mental health and reduced anxiety. I'm not asking you to join a gym or lift heavy weights, I just want you to care for your legs, like you would care for your eyes, your heart, or your home. Here's how you can start. From the comfort of your living room, chair squats, sit and stand from a chair, 10 to 15 times/day, leg lifts, while seated. Lift one leg, hold for 3 seconds, then switch, march in place. During commercial breaks, march in place for 30 seconds, heel raises, rise on your toes while brushing teeth or washing dishes, side steps, step side to side 10 times per leg to improve balance, just 5 to 10 minutes a day, and you'll be postponing walkers, wheelchairs, and hospital stays for years to come. When you're young, you take your legs for granted. But after 50, every step you take is a declaration that you're still in charge of your own life, so don't neglect them, because when you care for your legs, they will carry you further than you ever expected. And if you've ever thought gentle movements like yoga or Tai Chi were only for the young or flexible, wait until you hear what happened to Clara. She could barely breathe from anxiety, but found peace again through a few simple, slow motions. Backhand index pointing right in the next section. I'll show you why you don't need to be strong to start, you just need to start to become strong. Yoga Tai Chi, the movements we underestimate. Until we try, you don't need to be young to be flexible. You don't need to be strong to begin. I once had a patient named Harold, 76 years old, a retired factory worker after 4 decades on the job. When we first met, he said bluntly, "Doctor, I don't believe in all that slow waving stuff like yoga or Tai Chi, that's probably for young ladies, not old guys like me." But 6 months later, Harold was the one who invited me to join his morning Tai Chi class at the park. He smiled and said, "It didn't just help my back pain, it helped me stop snapping at my grandkids." Yoga and Tai Chi aren't your typical exercise routines. They are gentle therapies that go deep, combining soft movement, slow breathing, and calm awareness. They've been used for centuries. And today, science backs them too. These practices can help you, man in lotus position, improve joint flexibility, easing stiffness in knees, shoulders, and back, stethoscope regulate blood pressure, by calming your nervous system, brain reduce anxiety and sharpen memory, even in early dementia, red heart balance emotions and improve sleep, leg strengthen your balance, lowering your risk of falls. This isn't just spiritual talk. This is clinical science, proven through decades of research and patient results. A 2019 study published in BMJ found seniors who practiced Tai Chi 3 times a week had 64% fewer falls. A meta-analysis from Harvard Medical School showed yoga significantly reduced symptoms of depression, improved sleep, and eased chronic pain. A study from Chinese University of Hong Kong found Tai Chi practitioners had lower cortisol levels, the hormone behind chronic stress. Clara, 69, came to see me after weeks of intense stress. Her son had just been in a serious accident. She said, "I feel like I can't take a deep breath anymore, my heart races all day. I feel like I'm about to collapse." Instead of handing her a prescription, I gave her something different, a referral to a gentle community yoga class. 6 weeks later, Clara came back with a calm, glowing face. She looked me in the eye and said something I'll never forget. "Doctor, I had no idea that just breathing deeply, and holding a pose, could bring tears to my eyes and clarity to my mind." You don't need to be flexible, you just need to start. Many people tell me, "I'm too stiff." Document. I can't twist like that. And I always smile and say, that's exactly why you should begin. Yoga and Tai Chi don't require flexibility, they build it, gently, over time. You can start like this, 5 minutes each morning just sitting and breathing deeply, hand on your chest and belly. Try 3 basic Tai Chi movements, slow steps, gentle arm sweeps, soft torso turns. Look up chair yoga on YouTube, designed for older adults and those with joint pain, or join a free class at a local park, senior center, or community center. You don't need to master anything, you just need to show up, and your body will do the rest. here's what I believe after 4 decades in medicine: a person who knows how to breathe deeply, move slowly, and be present with their own body, that person is truly alive. They're not just aging, they're healing, from the inside out. So if you're looking for one habit to carry you through the rest of your life, let it be yoga, or Tai Chi, or simply the choice to move with grace. You've come this far on our journey together, and I have 2 final gifts to share, 2 daily habits that I've rarely talked about publicly, but have seen quietly transform the lives of the people I care for, and maybe, just maybe, yours too. Backhand index pointing right. Stay with me, the final bonus might be exactly what you didn't know you needed. These are the gifts I promised, the ones most doctors don't mention, but I've seen change everything. Bonus number 1, the body journal. Just 3 lines a night. Before you go to bed, take 2 minutes to write down, how did my body feel today? What did I do today that made it feel better? What is one small thing I want to try tomorrow for my health? That's it. 3 short lines every night, but over time, this tiny habit teaches you the most important lesson in aging well: to listen to your body, and to love it, exactly where it is. Bonus number 2, the loving meal. Once a week, prepare a simple, warm meal, nothing fancy. Sit down, no phone, no TV, just you, your food, and a quiet moment. Take a breath, eat slowly, feel the nourishment. It could be a bowl of soup, a small salad, or even just a few slices of fruit. The food is not the point is this: it's your way of telling your body, I care about you. After 40 years in medicine, here's what I've come to believe: health isn't a destination, it's a daily decision. You can't turn back time, but you can turn back toward yourself. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to feel 30 again. You just need to decide that today will be a little better than yesterday. A little more rest, a few more steps, a moment of sunshine, a deeper breath, a stretch filled with care, and a belief that you still have so much life worth living. Growing older isn't a decline, it's a new season of strength. This chapter of your life doesn't have to be about chasing youth, it can be about claiming wisdom, peace, freedom. You have the right to begin again, with your body, your health, and your story. You have the right to heal, you have the right to thrive, not because you're young, but because you value growing older. So today, you choose. Sparkles choose to walk 5 more minutes. Sparkles choose to turn off your phone before bedtime. Sparkles choose to step outside and greet the morning sun. Sparkles choose to lift your legs while you sit on the couch. Sparkles, and choose, perhaps most importantly, to forgive yourself for all the times you've put your health last, because every small choice today is a giant step toward a freer, stronger tomorrow. Please help me spread this to others over 50 who need it too. Thumbs up, tap the like button so YouTube knows this matters. Envelope with arrow, share this with a friend, a parent, or even your partner. Bell, hit subscribe, because our journey to better health is just beginning. And if there's a habit you'd like to return to, leave me a comment below. I read every one, and I'll be there, like a friend on this path with you. I'm Dr. James Miller. Thank you for letting me share this time with you. Growing older isn't scary. What's scary is letting the years pass without really living. So live, fully, starting today.